How to make a wall of pistons that can all be fired by just one redstone signal. Hey guys, it's Chad. I was looking for a tutorial on how to make a piston wall easily and compactly, and I actually ran into a problem. It all seemed to be going fine until you hit a redstone limit, that limit of 16, where redstone won't go any further. And I couldn't find a tutorial on how to make a humongous piston wall that would go further than 16 blocks. To my knowledge, this is the only tutorial out there on how to make one larger than just 16 blocks. So let's jump in.
So here we are in Minecraft, and this is a humongous piston wall. And we're going to be able to control this with the flick of just a single switch. So if we switch this, it opens up and you can see all the way down. It takes a little while for it to load in, but all of the pistons fire, and they all work pretty well. You can see that they kind of take a little bit while to load, graphically load once they move down, but everything works great. Now, this may not seem like that big of an accomplishment, but actually getting piston walls greater than a length of 15 is kind of difficult because you start to run out of redstone power. Let me show you how to build this and what issues you're going to run into. The first thing is to build out the wall as large as you want it. Once you've placed all of your pistons, then you're going to come behind your creation and you're going to build an area for your redstone. Make sure that it is 1 block away and all the way down, and you're going to build these lines one between each other, so every other block one behind. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. When you look back here, you can see that there is a space in between all of these. So you're going to build this all the way down. Okay, so something to note is that it is best if your piston wall height is an even number, because the next step is to put down these redstone torches, and you can see that it powers 2 pistons, one above and one below. Let's power this one in the middle. You'll see that it does that even if you power it right here. You might think that it might get the one at the top, but no, it always does the one above and the one below. This is how Jeb doors work. So you're going to want to keep this an even number in height just to make this piston extension much easier. Your next step is to add a redstone torch to every single one of these blocks, allowing the pistons to be controlled. Now we have all of the torches on. You can kind of look at the front to see if you missed any spots. It's actually pretty easy to miss them because you don't walk, at least on the Java version, you don't walk the same rate that you place items down. So you can easily look at the front to see if you missed anything. Now that you have all of those done, what you're going to want to do is go through and starting at the top, you're going to want to put in a block right in the middle of each of these, but on every other one. So these connect. So the next one that needs to connect would be this one, and then this one, and then that one is fine, but we can just do that as if it would connect. Now we need all of our redstone. So go ahead and put your redstone on the top of all of these blocks. And don't worry, what's going to happen if you are looking is you're going to probably think, well, this redstone won't reach all the way. We need repeaters in here somewhere. We're going to worry about repeaters in just a bit. Just get down all of the redstone at the moment. Now that you have all of your redstone lines down, go ahead and put repeaters on those blocks that we built out earlier. Once that's finished, you're going to put another block out on those repeaters, and then do a block every other one, putting down a temporary torch in order to get, or temporary block in order to get your spacing correct. And then it's quite simple. Just put a torch on every single one of these blocks. Now, the way that this works is it powers the repeater, which powers that block, which powers the source above and below. On this one, you may see that our start torch is on. So whenever there's no redstone signal, they're opened by default. And then when we put our lever on the ground and turn it on, then they will become closed whenever a redstone signal is applied. This is actually the opposite here, is whenever no redstone signal is present, these are closed, but then when a redstone signal is applied, they will open. And that's just because of the orientation of our redstone torches here. If that really bothers you, what you can do is you can put down a block like this and just invert the signal, just like that. And then whenever you have your signal going into that, it will do the opposite. So it doesn't really matter. It's just preference based off of what you want. But you can see the first issue that we are going to have, and that is that it's not reaching all the way down. These ones aren't changing, and that is because the redstone will only reach a little while down. It'll just that is how redstone works, is that it will not reach any further than 16 power level 16. So we need to repeat the signal. That's normally what repeaters are good for. So you'd think, oh, we put down a repeater right here, bam, except that you can see the issue is it's not that simple. One of the redstone torches will still be lit. And so we need to figure out a way to light the block even underneath the repeater that we are going to use. And that is where the difficulty of this build comes out. So in order to repeat that, notice that there's one redstone on and one redstone off. That first moment when there is a bit of redstone off, go ahead and break that redstone. Come down a level, you can leave that one alone. In fact, you need to leave that one alone and break the one below it. So every other one that there is redstone off, break it. So you can see that there are some lines broken, and that is what we are going to work with. Now, everywhere that it is broken, you're going to have to put a block in between the layers. So that is broken right there. Put down a block in between the layers. Create a little bit of a platform for us to work with. So broken here, connect the layers in between. So you have broken block, then a normal layer. Once again, do that for everything. There we go. On the bottom, we just have it like that. There's no redstone underneath. Next, we're going to create kind of a little bit of a bucket. So we're going to build out these edges here, and this will allow our redstone to rest on top of it, of those little bits right there. And now we're going to take our repeaters, and this is the redstone contraption we're going to be building. One repeater pointing out of the last block that is repeated, a repeater pointing into the block that has the broken redstone on top, and then a repeater facing off to the side. Now you're going to put your redstone to connect all of this up, and there. And that is it. It's pretty simple. What's going on is we can't repeat directly into each other without there being a break. If this redstone was here, it would then feed over here, feeding this, feeding that, and it would just be a loop. And so our switch would not work, which would be definitely a big deal because we wouldn't be able to turn on and off the piston wall. So by using this redstone setup, and it's tileable, which is quite nice, you are able to pull off a way to repeat the redstone signal without any issue. On top of that, because we are powering this block, it powers the redstone underneath, which keeps the line going. And these two redstone lines are at the exact same power level, which means that you can repeat this over and over and over again whenever the redstone signal gets weak. So this is infinitely tileable. Also, these redstone torches create their own power source, so this can be as tall as you want it to be. And once you've done that, now you have a wall that will turn on and off with the flick of just a single redstone source.
Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And also make sure you hit that subscribe button to get future videos from OMG Craft, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights. See you next time. Bye.